If you've flown at all, chances are you've experienced turbulence. But recent studies out of the UK are suggesting that global climate change could be making those bumps more frequent and possibly more severe. Using satellite data, researchers from the University of Reading estimated that a specific kind of turbulence has increased by some 15% in areas along the Earth's jet stream. The question now, what's ahead for pilots and passengers?
Well, I believe the studies are valid, but we need to do more experiments to verify it. I'm increasing the flow.
Fred Barres is the department chair for aviation and energy technology at San Jose State University. Using a tabletop wind tunnel and a heating pad, Professor Barres gave us a look at what happens when changes in temperature create wind shear.
And you can see a little bit of vibration of the plane. That means there is some turbulence is being created and the plane is moving up and down. As the Earth is warming up, it heats up the air, therefore the air is going to go up.
And that can trigger what's known as clear air turbulence, unpredictable stretches of bumpy air at high altitudes not caused by storms. Fellow San Jose State lecturer Scott Miller is also a working airline pilot with first-hand experience.
Those are the routes that I tend to fly, is the West Coast to Hawaii. And in the 4 years I've been doing that flying, I've seen the amount of clear air turbulence increase over the last 4 years.
Captain Miller climbed into a flight simulator to give us a feel for what pilots experience.
Okay, now we are starting to get into some turbulent air. You can see the airplane is literally just bouncing around here a little bit.
Captain Miller is careful to point out that variations in turbulence can be traceable to a variety of factors, but rising temperatures could be in the mix.
As the ground heats and radiates that air, that hot air up into the atmosphere, those moving air currents develop the shear.
He says many pilots now employ turbulence tracking software to help pinpoint and share the altitudes and locations of clear air and other kinds of turbulence between flight crews. But you may want to buckle in for some long-term projections. Researchers in the UK studies believe the frequency of turbulence along the North American jet stream could triple in the upcoming decades, depending on climate change. Back in the lab, Professor Barres says confirming the data is step one. But if an increase in turbulence turns into a new reality for pilots and passengers, predicting its behavior could be critical.
We can do better predictions of what's going to be happening. The data is helpful, but you really need to analyze it carefully to be able to come up with prediction models.
Models that could someday help smooth out the challenges brought by climate change.